Okay, so John just left a message saying start without him. So if you guys are all
Okay.
ready, we can do exactly that.
All right,
I'm
sounds
fine
good to
with
me.
that.
Okay, so last time we played, we had it was a shorter session, but we the party was there was a questioning of Jennifer. Preparations were made to um, get her off planet, like get her and her compatriots off planet, and also send the Sikhs and conspirators back to everybody's being sent aboard the Observer to be dropped off at Ruby Colony and then forwarded to Ashby, I believe was the plan. And then, in addition to that, El Presidente had a very interesting meeting with Albert, the specifics of which will not be rehashed. And then the session ended, I mean, on a rather well-timed cliffhanger due to a fucking power outage, but the the prophesized Yutani response team has reached Terra Nova, and where we are right now is here at the spaceport. Um, a Two shuttles were launched from orbit from like basically a mothership. One of them went to the crash site, and the other landed at the starport. And the one at the starport, the ramp dropped, and out came a Yutani executive and like this Japanese guy, and then like a six-pack of mercenaries guarding him. Um, Also, you were coming up with a plan to like if he asks what was doing, you were just basically going to play dumb, right? Like, what was the specifics of your plan?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the details as well, but if I remember, yeah, basically we're waiting to see what they say, to see what they know, but we're trying to play as dumb as we can. If they reveal that they somehow know that it crashed here, we're going to try and flip the story that
Okay.
even though they crashed here, they all died, and we just threw the ship and trash like to the side of the moon for quarantine reasons and something like that. If
Okay,
I'm
yeah. I remember that quarantine
remembering
part.
Everyone
well.
else that was
Yep.
on the ship was cremated, except for the dude that was like pinned inside the ship. We
Yeah, it
didn't
was all
bother pulling
mangled.
him out, so that's why he's the only guy.
Wasn't much
Okay.
left to cremate.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, yeah, yeah,
So,
good.
okay. So, yeah, when the ramp deploys and the mercenaries and the executive gets out, the executive introduces himself as Kenzo Takanashi. No, not that Kenzo. Um, and he says, I'll keep things brief. We have sufficient reason to believe you're harboring fugitives, namely a gang of criminals who attempted a heist at one of our cybernetics R&D labs. According to transmitter data, their escape pod landed near this colony. Anyway, my men and I aren't leaving until everything the fugitives stole and the fugitives themselves are handed over, dead or alive. The companies we both represent may be rivals, but we don't have to be, though that depends entirely on your cooperation.
Well, greetings
Somebody go
then.
fetch a jar of ash.
Yes, I think that you sir might find that we have seen your occupants in a bad state. None have survived, sir. And greetings, Mr. Kenzo. I am Conrad Bass. I am the corporate representative here. I think we can deal with this quickly and amicably. That there is no need for any uh, attentions. I think you will find that whatever those people uh, you needed uh, were after, they did not survive.
Um, he says, "Well, do you have the information that they stole?" And this time he's gonna do manipulation on you.
Okay,
So let's see what.
So I
it's
would
a
just say,
it's
Conrad, you can truthfully say we do not have the information they're looking for.
oh
Yeah, social. Let
absolutely.
me pull out the social conflict rules because it's not often they come up. Because this is mainly just to see if he believes you.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
to see.
Yeah.
How trustworthy does it find me?
Yeah. So I guess in that case, if you're being truthful, I'll flip it and say that you can do manipulation on him. Like, or
Yeah,
actually, no.
I'm trying.
Technically, well, no. Technically, he's the.
Depends on exactly what he's asking. If he's asking, do we
Yeah.
have the data? We can truthfully say we don't. If he's asking, like, do you know what happened, or like something more complicated, then maybe we
Yeah.
aren't answering truthfully.
Well, yeah, because he's just trying to kind of not necessarily get a vibe check, but like trying to hold on, like it makes the situation, it makes sense for the situation. I'm just trying to figure out how to phrase it right. But let's see. Anyway, so manipulation. So in this case, um, for his like for his from his perspective, he has more people on his side. Um, and that's pretty much it. And then for modifies, you roll by -1. Um, uh,
Is
he's
Conrad
asking.
allowed to use his trustworthiness because he's trying to
Yeah, that'll be a
make himself?
positive
Yeah.
modifier for you. Um, he's asking for Kenzo's asking for something valuable. Do you consider yourselves having nothing to gain by helping him or by cooperating with him?
Hmm.
I think we'd just be trying to get him off our back. Like, we're not trying
Yeah.
to get something from him. We're just trying to get him to go away.
We
Okay.
have
Yeah.
something
So
to gain from getting him to go somewhere else.
yeah. So we're trying to be cooperative, even in a deceitful way. We're trying to
Okay.
be as cooperative as we can just to
All
get
right.
him off our land.
So
As cooperative as we can, as long as it serves the goal of him fucking off.
okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
So he I guess in this case he's going to have a well probably a -1 honestly.
To quote Hot Fuzz, if you want to be a big man in a small town, you can fuck off to the model village.
Nice one.
So yeah, so he's going to roll manipulation -1 and then Conrad whatever positive modifiers you have roll that.
Yeah, I'll do the trustworthy.
You will not be able to push though because you are the defender in this situation.
Understood. Understood. I have other ways to help with this situation.
Okay. God damn.
Woohoo!
Okay, so
Beast.
he didn't get anything, so he completely buys it.
Oh, nice. Let me see the stunts. Ooh.
Yeah, do something funny.
Oh wait. Oh no. I need the 160. I can only choose 2 stunts
Yeah.
there. Well, actually, you know what? I mean, I have 3 story points since maybe when an arc is finished, we get a new one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I get
burn
you
an
once per
extra
arc.
one. So I'm gonna ask for all 3 stunts of the manipulation. Your opponent does what you want without demanding a favor in return. Your opponent does more than you ask for. Details up to the GM, and your opponent is impressed by you. Let's just say for 3 that he kind of gets the vibe and believes me, respects that we're trying to help, and basically as much stunts as I can that he doesn't create complications, that he buys our story, and
Yeah,
that
he will.
yeah.
So, but what he does for the you know, you get like the equivalent of like new or unexpected information. He says so just be sure that you said that like you know you're telling him that you never acquired the data.
Yes, we don't have the data that we have no data with us at all.
He says like, well, between the you know the deaths of the fugitives and presumably the loss of the information they carried, um, you know that's for the best because as I said, they were actual thieves. And what he does is he pulls out a PDAT and he actually shows you some information that first of all like he's upfront about the facility that he works at and he says that it does exist, but it's actually a cybernetics R&D facility. That specifically, like, contrary to the synthetic schematics that the Jennifer had, um, there is actually no like evidence of that being a specific thing with the facility in question. And then the other more prominent thing he shows you, um, is that Jennifer and her compatriots are not Yutani employees. And he proves that by having a like an archived list of all personnel who work at the facility. Her name and her compatriots are not on that list.
I mean, obviously, I'm
interesting.
saying out of
What is
character.
he?
I don't necessarily trust that, right? Like any of that could be manipulated.
I mean, if you want to, but I am letting you know that based on Conrad's success, that it is truthful. I mean, whether or not you buy it in character is up to you. But basically that's Conrad's reward for um for
Okay.
getting the a combination of your opponent is impressed by you and like you do like your opponent does more than you ask for. Like he's basically he's showing you like this is why it would have been bad is because these people were actually like a fucking group of thieves, not actual Yutani employees. So
Oh, so they just came to your facility and stole information? Is what you're saying? They weren't employed in any manner?
he says they were they were people who just like a crew of thieves who disguised themselves as Yutani employees so they could infiltrate a facility, download valuable data, and then make a run for it and sell it off. I'm not sure
Oh,
what
horrible.
well, never mind. He doesn't say that because you said that they were killed on impact. So, um,
Well, Conrad basically delivers the other part of the story that we kind of agree upon with the party that,
biohazard.
yeah, yeah, that they were burned because again we are afraid of biohazards, quarantine laws. Only the folk that was mangled in the ship we decided not to touch, not to get too close, and we
Yeah.
just jettisoned the spacecraft as far away from us as possible, and
Okay.
that they can easily check it out and see it if they haven't gotten to that already.
Okay. Are you well because I mean he gives you the information that Jennifer might not be who she seems, which I will say to Albert that before I mean I will sort of hint to you the fact that before I know you were saying you had some misgivings that she might not be who she seems, and that is sort of backed by what Kenzo has said.
Right.
So just something to
Yeah,
consider.
basically we have two sides of the story there, which can be discussed when Ayutani is not in the room.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he says to you, it's like, well, I mean, if there's, if they're all dead and the information is not in your possession, which I believe you, then I guess we have no further business to discuss, and my men and I will be on our way. Um, are you going to say or ask anything else to him before he leaves?
Conrad is just going to go, well, I'm sincerely sorry that you came here and that that you had to waste your time finding these thieves. Uh, I hope that you can be assured that things are dealt with, then that you have no longer reasons to uh, be concerned.
He nods and says, very well. And he says, again, my apologies for this unexpected arrival. Though I was under orders to fully investigate this matter for the security of the Yutani Corporation. And he says, then again, thank you for your cooperation. I will not take up any more of your time. So he turns and he walks away and is like he basically walks like through the mercenaries, and then the mercenaries kind of like fold in and turn around and follow him back aboard the shuttle. So I mean, final call. Like if anybody shouts out anything to him, you can. Otherwise, he just gets bored of the ship and leaves.
Conrad just exhales with a bead of sweat.
Yeah. Okay.
Finally letting the stress
Yeah. So, all right. So
kind of
then
be visible.
so he gets back aboard, and then the drop shuttle takes off. So, all right. So you guys are, now just the 5 of you at the spaceport, watching the shuttle fly
we were
off.
lucky. We were luckier with that than what could have been. That was quicker and less annoying and painful than some stories I used to hear in my youthful days. When corporations start snooping into each other's records. This was good. This was good and quick. But what do you all think with contradictory information that they presented there that I was kind of able to wrangle out of them about our guests?
Well, it's not shocking to hear that they might not be who they said they were. That's why we took the security measures we did to make sure that they were safely in cryo before the observer departed. However, I think we should probably send a transmission. We should consider sending a transmission to our crew, letting them know, or perhaps just reminding them to take full security measures with their guests.
That might not be a bad idea, and especially the outpost where they're expected to uh, go to. Just have the people that they are meeting there have the extra information that we now have contradictory. So, yeah, just in case to be even more uh, reserved with the judgment to really look at all possibilities when they come, instead of being too open armed and open minded. Preparation is key. That it's good, even though of course anything could be changed and doctored. We have no idea who's telling the truth in these situations, but still, even having just more contradictory information, that it's good to know that we should be careful. We should be careful.
Yes, and
But
it's possible that you know the Wayland Yutani or the Yutani agent doesn't know the full story. Maybe his superiors just told him that they were thieves. If they were
absolutely,
working on the kind of secret project that our guests, our visitors described, why would they tell their bounty hunting team all the details? That seems like poor operational security.
absolutely. That's a very good observation. You could just as well actually fully believe it. That might be the reason why it seems so truthful. There, we shall see. We shall see. I fully trust our department with when they have enough headway and preparation that they can get to the bottom of this. But also, now I'm quite glad that at your recommendation, Sheriff, to have enough security personnel. Now we have complete reasons and safety that we know that everything should be then prepared for their arrival at your previous colony.
We we could take send a message just to wake our staff up and have them double check the stasis pods.
To inter out of character, should they already? They're probably already all in cryosleep, right?
Yeah, I mean, they set off a few days ago, so they're already underway to Ruby Colony.
I don't know if there's any like in-universe downside to like repeatedly going into cryo and not. Um, but if there's no downside, I would probably just like, because we saw an Alien, Mother can wake people up by remote command, right?
Yes.
So we could send a command to the ship, have it wake up just our staff, have them double check to make sure everything's okay and everything, and then go back to sleep.
Well, because part of the problem with it is that the again, FTL and transmission speeds are still a factor, and also the fact that um what am I trying to say here? The like the
But the
ship's
transmission would be faster than the ship.
true.
Uh,
Though the ship also
Depends
does
by
have to,
how much.
yeah, the ship has to decelerate from FTL as well, because otherwise there's a whole thing of like NDDs, like the neurological disorders that happen if
Oh
you
yeah,
are out, like if you're out of uh cryosleep. I don't think it's like an instant thing, but it's
right.
that's the whole reason why cryosleep is a thing, is to protect people from the NDDs,
Okay. Well, we made sure that they were all secure and that the cryopods were all secure before they left.
right?
And
Yeah.
obviously our team is armed. We briefed them on like, hey, like just be aware, keep these guys insecure. You're here for a reason, right?
Yes,
So I guess
we've
we don't
taken
need to
all
say.
the necessary precautions. I believe that we've, even without knowing all this information, I think the steps we've taken, I really cannot imagine uh,
Yeah.
how
They would have to have
anything.
like sabotage the cryopods in some way. And I'm like pretty sure we told them, um, don't defrost them until you're actually like at the destination or whatever.
Right.
Basically, like you've already docked. So we could just send a message to whatever the colony was. I can't remember the colony.
Ruby
Eh,
Ruby
Colony.
colony,
exactly. That
saying,
is
hey,
certainly.
you probably want to detain them and do some further investigation.
Yeah, just yeah. Further needs. We have contradictory evidence. We need more thorough and more time being afforded to the
So
case.
you're
Yeah.
Oh,
sending. Oh,
I was gonna say, I can also do some research because of my own personal contacts. I can do some research and say, like, hey, do these people they match any description of any known like professional thieves group?
That would be probably a good use of your talents, Sheriff. Not good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt to ask around if you have the resources. Definitely.
Yes.
Or you
I
can,
think I
or you
think we
can
may want to
just.
just give it some time. Let our Yutani friends leave the system before we send any transmissions.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Let them be out of the way before we uh, try to contact Ruby Colony, just in case there are any monitoring affairs. But again, I will definitely encrypt that message with secure Wayland codes. So I will, just in case, make sure that it has the layers of secrecy necessary, even when we're sending to Ruby, just in case. But good that that was done without any scuffles and uh, any to further contact with our own colony here, the personnel. We don't have to have more questions and more disdain from our people with letting another foreign power enter. So I think we were lucky. We were lucky here today.
Yes, I will. I will mention this is another example. These we keep having ships drop in on us with little warning. It's why we need to have better sensors covering the solar system.
Yes, that satellite you mentioned. We yes, we shall definitely see, depending on our finances at the end of the cycle. Um, maybe try to start with that sooner than later. I do understand that maybe you were right with the need for more security, just having more leeway, time to know when things are approaching.
so
Okay.
all right. Um, so yeah, you guys, you know, after after that's gone and you disperse, there was I believe somebody had a memo to distribute. Um, so let me just double check. So you guys, all members of the colony staff, get um, a transmission. I'll just show to players. Let's see there.
Yep.
All right. So, what the fuck? Show players. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here it is.
Yes.
I got. Wait. Is this meant for all of us?
Yes.
It's meant for everyone.
Like
Okay,
basically
okay, good.
like maybe like a day or so after the Yutani agents leave,
Good.
everybody
I
gets
was just asking.
yeah, you all get a message from your supreme leader.
Okay. Oh, reading this. Art Press 69. Oh my god.
Just saw the email account name. Kudos. That's great. Oh, boy.
I think my favorite thing is John Pickaxe.
Yeah, there was a typo, but I fixed it. I mean, the whole thing, especially the non-priority matters, is fucking funny, but
So we're gonna be selling ore to other groups? Is that what this?
yeah, because basically, Emily, because you weren't there last time, just to elaborate on what was discussed, like this is basically clarification to a meeting that was happening between El Presidente and Albert. Is like, so well, I mean, Blitz, why don't you just describe it? Because it was your plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conrad will
So
definitely kind of ask for clarification from Presidente
Well,
when it comes to.
he summoned you for a meeting, so.
Okay. Yeah, then.
Remember Conrad when you see this. But first, I mean, just to answer Emily's question, Blitz, why don't you go ahead and explain what your master plan is?
yeah. So I convinced the local system governor for
The
the
colonial governor, yeah.
U.S. government to send us a bunch of new mining equipment, and that should massively increase the amount that we're actually able to mine. And of course, we are going to be sending the usual amount back to Wayland, but any that is left over after that is going to be sold off, on the open market with a priority going for U.S. government contracts. So we're going to be bringing in a lot more money. Wayland is, of course, still getting their
quota
full
filled,
amount
yeah.
of the raw ore they wanted, and they're, of course, also, because we are owned by them, getting the profits of these sales, and everyone wins. We get more money, Wayland gets more money, the U.S. government gets whatever the fuck it is they want, and probably with new mining equipment, less people will have to be, poking at shit with pickaxes and
Except
dying
for
in
whiskey.
cave-ins and such. Except for him. Now there's more pickaxes for him specifically.
That's
He
like
used
the
two at a time.
future all things. Like we got all the work to be done by a single mill simmer.
Not bad, Administrator. Those are some lucrative deals you've got for us there.
So, but anyway, so
Looks
for the
very
meeting,
interesting.
yeah, because so basically that little summary was just for Emily's benefit. So yeah, so Conrad, you're summoned for a meeting by El Presidespot. I'm going to move us over to the command center just for
Oh,
thematic flair. So Albert is not here, so all right. So
Oh, a private one-on-one. Okay,
yes,
nice.
that's what he summoned you for.
Holy shit! You levitated through the wall.
Oh, I thought I had something on my face. You scared me there.
Yeah, no, you're just very. Oh, I didn't anticipate how agile you were. I see. I didn't even hear you come in.
I have tippy toes like a little cat. I am of the silent feline kind. But greetings, administrator. What can I do for you today? I've got the memo. Very interesting. Can you explain to me a bit further your details? How did you get that working?
Oh, well, we can certainly start off with that. Um, naturally being mostly uh, American colony, there's certainly some sympathy there, and of course, there's a lot of business done between the U.S. and Wayland. Uh,
True.
but they reached out to me, in fact, and in their initial message said, if you need anything, let us know. So I took that literally and gave them a list of some things we needed, some things that would be nice to have, and even some completely unnecessary things that are just, a cool bonus on top. We got all of it.
That's incredible. How was that possible? From the things that you have let us know and put in the memo, it seems we are getting quite the bit amount of equipment and the security equipment with the missiles, etc. Those are quite expensive. How were you able to procure such deals?
Well, I never put it past the U.S. government to blow a bunch of money on something completely unnecessary.
Well, they must have quite the amount of respect for you, sir.
Yeah, evidently, I was very convincing. Perhaps they have a particular need for the materials mined on colony. Regardless,
Hmm.
the reason that I asked you to come see me, I know that we're alike in many ways. We have certain we have our own goals, of course, within everything, uh, and naturally, these jobs that we have here, uh, they were given to us because the employer naturally believes that our incentives are shared with them, and they are, of course. But it is important to remember that our incentives and our goals are in fact our own. And within
Yes.
that naturally leads to some we'll say side projects. So, and the reason
Side
I've called you in here is I think we can have a friendly exchange of information on these side projects to perhaps avoid stepping on one another's toes.
Ah, is that so?
Yes, does that sound reasonable to you?
That sounds that sounds like something that can be very productive for the both of us, if we can see eye to eye, of course, which I think we are both reasonable men.
And just to be clear, uh, this is, of course, you know, I'm not necessarily asking to be involved in anything that you have going on, nor am I asking you to involve yourself in any of my projects. Just an agreement to make sure that our side projects don't come into conflict with each other.
I am quite liking the sound of that, actually. That seems like a very wise move in the sense of we do not have to be privy to all the details that we have, but a gentleman's agreement of sorts to do our best to not endanger one another's projects, as you say, could be very beneficial for the both of us.
I think so as well.
Hmm.
So I will, of course, as this was my idea, offer up a bit of information as a show of good faith, and then naturally the expectation is that you reciprocate in some degree. And then I pull out a suitcase from under the desk, and I sit it on the desk. I crack it open facing towards him. There's like 2 hard drives in there. Say,
Mhm.
these drives contain a very important program with the ability to cause a great degree of trouble for whoever they are inflicted upon. Now, this is a project I've been working on in the background.
What are the two drives for? What's the purpose of one? What's the purpose of the other? In the vaguest term, of course, if
I
you
see.
want to say.
Well,
Do they have similar purposes, or are they anti? One is one secures the other not going too far in terms of the drive's abilities.
think of it as the poison and the antidote.
That's what I suspected. Okay. Okay, understood. And what do you want? How do you want me to approach these drives and the project, whatever you are doing with them, in the sense of
Well,
turning a blind
the
eye to their uses, or
well, in
what?
addition to that, the warehouse, uh, I'm sure you saw a reference to it in the email. Uh,
Yes.
that is central to the side projects that I have going on here. Of course, seeing as you are naturally the investigative type, I
Unfortunately, yes.
I ask that any interest towards that location uh, is perhaps redirected elsewhere. If you have
Mhm.
particular interest or it comes to your attention and you decide to investigate, uh, keep it off the books, say. You're welcome to poke around. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to stop you either way. But having documentation of any sort of interest or special interest in that location could, of course, draw attention that I'm not looking for at the moment.
Understood, in the sense of what Wayland Corp doesn't know can't hurt them. Is that the case?
Well, attention from any individual, truly.
Oh, okay. Understood. I am willing to heed that advice, as long as I just have a few bits of information more clear.
Okay.
Of course, I need no details of whatever you are doing as of yet of this time, especially if it does not concern us. Uh, the important thing is, I understand that you say as long as our things don't step on each other's toes. Um, what I'm concerned about there is whatever you are doing there, does that, and in future context, will that project adversely affect Terra Nova or be found or have adverse effects for Wayland Corp?
Absolutely not.
How can I know now if you're telling the truth there or not? But okay, yeah,
Roll to determine.
Yeah, I mean, if you both
I'm
want to, you can see how.
the
Not
the
necessarily
thing
to
is,
force the truth out of him, just to see
I know,
how.
just to see, do I believe him or not? But the thing is, there I have to be kind of smart there either way. If I roll to determine the truth about his things, that gives a more risk that he will do the same when I'm supposed to give
Yes.
up my things. So
Yeah, that's kind of the
okay.
double-edged sword there.
Exactly. Let's no, I'm going to do the uncharacteristic thing and in good faith, just keep it at that. Keep it at that. Hopefully that it will be the same in return, but of course it doesn't have to be.
Well, we'll have a gentleman's agreement.
Yes, for now, but okay, so it doesn't seem to be that it won't have any ill effects. If anything regarding your project changes that would have wider impacts on not just me, but the colony or Wayland Corp, because that all, again, at the end comes down to us getting the consequences brought down on us for it. If anything changes, will you let me know in due time that I can prepare for any sort of consequences?
Naturally. That is, of course, the intention of this agreement. And of course, I expect such to be reciprocated.
Yes, that is why I am asking, because I could do the same for you. I have a question though. So, between us two, just is your top priority? Let me ask. Maybe in a ranking, where would you put, in terms of priorities, your own personal safety benefits, whatever, life quality, whatever people call that. This colony, Terra Nova, Wayland Corp, and the U.S. government. If you had to, just for fun, make a tier list of priorities, how would you
Tier maker.
put it? If you want to let me in on a bit of your psyche there.
Well, naturally, the interests of Wayland Corporation come first, of course. They appointed me to this position, after all.
Yes, but
Secondarily, the interests of the colony. And
okay.
third are, of course, my own well-being, so to say. And naturally,
Mhm.
at the very bottom of this list is the interests of the government.
Okay.
We don't exactly have a
Interesting.
history of seeing eye to eye, though our interests do align in recent time.
But you have a very favorable view of the company here. And don't frame your answers as speaking to a typical company man. I imagine you're just speaking to a random person, a bartender or whatever. I mean, it's hard to separate context from the person, but like, so you truly feel grateful towards Wayland Corp for uh, helping you with this position?
Well, it's not necessarily a gratefulness. That would imply my relationship with the company is naturally transactional. However,
Hmm. I respect that.
in my position, I have been able to advance a great degree by putting the interests of the company first. Of
Mhm.
course, I don't believe that this is as high on the ladder as I can go. If that
O-
puts things
Okay,
into context.
somewhat, somewhat. With regards to your side project, though, the only concern I have, and it's not even coming from me personally, it's more our context right now, is our friendly neighborhood, Richard Sparrow. That will be very, very, very difficult to keep things from him. I will
Yes,
do my
I
best.
tend to agree.
He is basically the Wayland sponsored quote unquote objective separated third party monitoring and watching. He has brought me in to his operations, so I could use that trust to dissuade any investigations towards you, but maybe to some extent. I'm afraid of his uh, allowed powers by the company that if they say something that he might go and exert his authority. I can do my best to make sure that that doesn't happen, but I don't think I have power over him as much as I do over other non central staff people.
Mhm.
He may be our greatest threat in terms of what we can do, because we are all human. We can all talk to each other, come to compromises, deals, arrangements. That, of course, comes with all of the backstabbing, treachery, etc. You can never trust anybody 100%. We all know that. But we can try and make arrangements and deals. I think he is being truthful when he says that his top and only priority is the company. And if they so deem at any moment that we are not doing exactly what they want or that we are not worth it anymore, that we can become secondary, expendable.
I've seen it happen a great many times.
Oh. Would you have any ways of changing his priorities?
Well, part of the reason that I asked you to come see me,
Yes.
as before, I was of course happy to allow ourselves to work on our projects in our own time. However, part of keeping the trust of the company, I intend on conducting an audit, and that would include both the previous administration's documentation, financial information, and of course, production numbers. But
Mhm.
as well as our own. Now, I understand that as we are both in the positions that we're in here, even if, say, one of us were to be seen as, say, pursuing our own projects ahead of the, we'll say, interests of maximizing profits, that could bring attention on the entire leadership.
Mhm.
So, of course, that is part of the reason why I asked to speak with you, as I don't believe that the the audit may ask further questions on the nature of our projects if we are not aligned in avoiding that.
I understand. Only if we have the mutual agreement can we make sure that even the things like audits or internal investigations or external whatever can go smoothly, as long as everybody who matters is on the same page. That I understand, and I'm quite willing to work with you, Mr. Presidente, because if anything, most of all, I do believe that you are a practical man, even though you, of course, have your own unique eccentricities. But I do believe that you are um, a man who understands that where the wind is blowing, you won't wait to be swept under the tide. That if you feel that a change in the direction of the wind blowing comes, you'll be the first to sail it. Am I wrong about that?
I believe that is something we are believe that is a trait that we share.
Yes, we do. That is why I think that with my own personal project, that I think that our things, even though they are very, on the surface level, unexpected and maybe don't fit in too easily, I think that in the long run they can be very compatible, and that both of our missions can progress unimpeded.
By the way,
At
I did
the
want to ask just right quick is I'm not trying to rush you by any means, but I do want to know how much more there is to this conversation just for the sake of everybody else.
not much,
Okay.
not much from my end at least.
Okay.
But basically, basically is going. I can't reveal to you a lot of specifics yet about my projects, but I will say that they are of a very large scope, and that I really do think that if with no one else, I think that us two can come to agreements and work together in the end if our things get exposed. I have a very important thing that I am doing, and unfortunately I am not at liberty to reveal a lot of details right now. But if some things start unraveling, I will consider you a potential ally, because again, I really think that we could have a situation of I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I think that we shall try to not step on each other's toes. I don't think that your operations will step on mine at all for now, but if and when they do, I will let you know, and we shall discuss how to go around each other as much as we can. But if things boil over, then we shall see how we can do things together, because I believe we could. I will say that my momentary priority at this time in the near future is the well-being of this colony. Or how should I say, the prosperity of this colony is very aligned with my mission / side project, however you want to call it. But I think that your thing does not have to contradict or interfere in that sense. I have personal interests there, but it's very, very, very all connected. It's very, very all connected. But I think that we definitely can discuss and have compromises. I would just recommend for your project to have an official story for it if it gets outed and investigated. So you have an official cover up in the sense of what it is for. What's the official story going to be for snoopers and the like? If you
That
catch
is,
my
of
drift.
course, already handled.
Great then. I'm sorry that I cannot give more details right as of now.
I suspect you can't.
There's a difference between can't and won't.
Yeah.
Well, some of our personal interests aren't aren't all entrepreneurial business adventures. Some of us report to different people. So some of us literally cannot. And like out of character, I can't say more since our Richard Sparrow is here in the chat, because I mean I know separating out of character and in, but I don't want to burden people with knowing too much with
Yeah.
stuff. But um,
Well, like I said, I mean, depending on what you want to do, is we did have the talk like
You
pre-campaign
can always
about
send
like
me a DM on Discord and
yes, yeah, in character, he's probably going to be like, I have paranoias about being listened to and recorded and stuff. So I have other more secure means
yeah.
which I can
The only thing I
give
would ask is that
information.
if you're gonna DM him, that you also like forward it to me, so I know what's going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, so he's basically saying, yeah, I'm going to like have a private channel and kind of connect it to your terminal or something like that, in the sense of giving you snippets, bits and pieces, but he doesn't want to do it right at this second. But he will
I
definitely
understand.
give you more information very soon. And
Well, another possibility I'm considering is maybe just quickly setting up like a 3-person voice chat. So if you want to talk it out,
um,
your
I
call.
yeah, I can give him one thing as a thing of trust, as a thing of trust, like an olive branch to give him. Uh, it would only take like 1 to 2 minutes to tell him, because there's a very limited information I can tell him
Are
about
you
Yeah,
that.
we'll
willing
hop
to?
into the lobby channel.
Okay. You guys mind
Yep.
just waiting a minute, like for everybody else, so we can just hash this out right quick?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Will hurry
apologize
up.
for the wait, but it is kind of a major conversation, so I'm gonna jump in the lobby.
Well,
Hold on.
if you
Oh,
guys want, we can just like I can just send you a DM, Cody, that kind of summarizes, and you
okay.
guys can like continue on.
Um. So is that what you want to do, or do you guys want to just hash it out in a private call right quick, or a different lobby rather?
I can do it in the lobby channel. Like it'll be literally 2 minutes, just to give enough so that
Okay.
the reciprocity can seem equal there.
Okay.
So I'm
So
just gonna hop
all
in
right.
there.
Just 2 minutes, guys.
Okay, so basically, Conrad is going to be like, if we're going to trust each other, there is going to be a major development that we probably won't be hearing about. That we probably won't be hearing about until months from now.
Mhm.
One of our major plans will fail, and it might seem like that it's detrimental to the colony, or actually more Wayland Corp, but um, a certain shipment might fall under duress. That is all I am allowed to say at this moment, but there is a good reason for it. I hope that I
Mhm.
do not have to disclose those reasons explicitly too soon, but I will make sure that there is as little fallout as possible to Terra Nova, and especially to your position. So when it is when the failure of the mission is revealed, if it comes to pass, of course, nothing's ever certain, but if our certain mission fails and we get news back of it, I suggest that you don't look into it too much.
Mhm.
That would be the not stepping on each other's toes.
Is that all
because
you guys
they
wanted to discuss? Oh, sorry.
yeah basically that. Oh, sorry. Basically that. There are very valid reasons as why, uh, for security reasons, a mission will need to fail. It won't be on Terra Nova. It is something that has already been enacted,
Mm.
but
This is going to have to do with the Yutani people, isn't it?
well, it is going to have to do with the ship, whether it be the Yutani or the Seegson folk. There will be troubles there. That is, I'm revealing a great deal to you about this, so
Mhm.
I hope that that is enough to show you that I truly seriously consider our working relationship on this. And even if in the future there are changes to agreements, I think that we should try at least to compromise with each other first before we put anybody underneath the bus. I believe us two can certainly work together, if not even with the rest of the folk. Again, only Richard Sparrow has my concern there, just to make sure that you have a backup story if he ever finds out about your project. I will be on your side as much as I can. But except that, I think that in the end, all of us have a way to work together, whatever our projects are revealed. I'll make sure
Mhm.
that it's worth all our while.
Okay. Are we ready to jump back into Terra Nova chat?
I think so.
Okay, because I just don't want to keep everybody else waiting forever. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Real quick, Cody, I do have a question for you.
sure.
With Richard Sparrow being a synthetic, is he human enough to sort of feel emotions?
Yeah, I would say like based on dialogue in Alien Covenant, like how earlier model synthetics like David were a little more like a little too emotionally advanced and like free-willed, that would probably
Hmm.
apply for Richard as well.
Okay,
So,
that's good for as far as my project sort of inbuilt defense mechanism goes.
okay. All right. So, well, with that
Yep.
address, let's
Okay.
jump back into Terra Nova.
Yep.
All right, sorry about that. So anyway,
Okay.
so
Sorry
that
for that.
meeting concludes, and we will jump over to the next character. So Albert, what are you up to right now?
Um, Not much. I think I would just be reaching out um, to some previous contacts, like people I know. Also, that the mercenary guy that we released because
Carter?
he gave us the information. Yeah, like probably reach out to him and say, hey, do these fit any? You know anything about these people? And I'll send them the descriptions
Okay.
that
So
the Yutani guy gave us.
okay, so you're basically sending out like a generalized message to various contacts saying like, hey, can you do a background check on these guys, kind of deal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Um, So you're doing that, because basically just addressing what everybody is doing, like the day after the Yutani agents arrive, before we have like a bit of a time skip. So, and then Simone, are you doing anything of interest?
Um,
Because I mean, and I will remind everybody that like I mean you did get the El Presidente manifesto, so that can be a point of discussion as well.
Oh yeah, for Mr. Sparrow as well, seeing as he wasn't here. I don't think he was here when that was
Yeah,
handed
he
out,
was.
was he?
Yeah, because as a reminder, John or Richard rather, I
Yeah.
will. I'll bring this handout up again just so you can read through it.
Okay.
Because he basically he sent out this handout after the Yutani people showed up. Which, speaking of, because you weren't there for the Yutani agents showing up, basically, I mean, they pretty much bought your lie. They
Mhm.
did. The guy there did share some interesting information, namely that um, evidence suggesting that Jennifer and her companions weren't exactly who they seemed. That they weren't actually Yutani employees, that they were just thieves pulling a heist.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
Yeah,
there
I
wasn't
think
any kind of
everybody
conflict.
brought me up on that. Yeah, it was
Oh,
just
they did. Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, I wasn't in the
I
VC,
asked
so
whether you were over in that other chat. I'm like,
right.
yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. Never mind. But yeah, so yeah, you get the El Presidente manifesto as well. But as for Simone, are you doing anything of relevance in the aftermath of both the Yutani incident as well as the manifesto or the memo?
I'm reading it right now, so
Yeah.
I don't have anything pressing. How's that?
Okay. Well, what about Simone?
There's nothing that really springs to mind I'd be doing that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. Well, I did want to give you that option. So
Yeah, no
um,
problem.
so so anyway, so let me just double check my little checklist. What's this? 4.0.
That was a mistake. I'm cleaning my keyboard.
Oh, okay. So anyway, if you like, we're so basically the whole thing with the Yutani people was, the halfway point in the cycle. So I would say like another, say like, you know, 2 months. So we're almost to the finish line of this cycle. Um, two different orders arrive. Um, the first one is a specifically Yutani marked resupply ship, like a pretty large like cargo freighter. Um, arrives at the colony. El Presidente and Albert, and I guess also Conrad would be specifically summoned to the starport to oversee the deliver. Basically, it's the missile battery, the attack helicopter, and the technicians to install the missile battery.
From
Like,
Yutani?
no, this was for you. This was your order. Remember that you made
You,
earlier.
you said Yutani
Oh, I
labels.
did. Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
meant
I'm sorry.
Wayland
It's
label,
yeah,
right?
Wayland. Wayland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a little alarming there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was just me misspeaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is specifically Wayland that is bringing the helicopter and the missiles that you ordered. Um, and so the like foreman, I guess, or whoever's like whoever would be overseeing the missile battery is basically asking El Presidente, I'm going to bring us sort of the colony overview. So he's saying, it's like, all right, Mr. Presidente, where you want your missiles? Um,
Ah, did we work out where we want those set up
no,
previously? I
you
think
didn't.
we.
I don't think you did. Well, you can
Well,
have them in the colony or outside the colony, wherever.
you guys are the professionals. I'd like to, have a look around, see what looks best to you, and come back to me with a proposal.
Okay. So, and then also for the quote unquote Bearcat, I guess that can be stored in the engineering district because it has one of the main vehicle bays. Um, so the Bearcat will be moved over there, and basically, because it's not
Let's
the
have it repainted in like industrial colors.
okay, yeah, because it doesn't have like military camo or anything on it. It's basically just like a slate gray attack helicopter. Um, and as I was saying, like if you want a sort of metal, like because it isn't the actual Bearcat, it's just using the stats of it. I'm imagining this thing is basically like equivalent to like the Scorpion helicopters in Avatar, like the twin tilt rotor, like ducted fan helicopters, like those kind of choppers. So it's one of those, and it takes off, and all the people in the spaceport are like, just they stop what they're doing for a second. They're just watching as this fucking like military helicopter just flies over into the engineering sector. And meanwhile, for the missile battery, those are like the missiles then are being unloaded with power loaders, and there's like a fucking like a flatbed rover that is delivering much of the stuff. Construction materials being loaded, so it's going to be like a pretty large industrial project. And the foreman guy says like, well, maybe we can put it on the outside of the colony just in case it, if it gets attacked, then it's not the colony isn't a priority target, and you can have a security team guarding it. Like he basically saying like you could build a little outpost by it to station personnel. He suggests that. So like Albert, if you have any input on that, you can weigh in as the security chief.
Sorry, what's the specific question?
So well, the guy's basically just making a suggestion that like if the team were to install the missile battery like outside the colony instead of in the middle of
yeah.
it, then an outpost should be set up, or could be set up, I should say, and then you could garrison some security personnel to guard it, like in case like if the colony were theoretically invaded, then you would have a team guarding it, just in case like a launch team, like a team decided to land on like a drop shuttle and try to take it out, then you would have guys there to
Yeah.
guard it.
Yeah, so I think I would want it basically near the colony, but like not in the main complex. So like if there's a like an empty lot outside just outside where we are right now, the main colony hub, then I'd want to use that.
So you could put it like over
Basically,
here, maybe upper left.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe on the
Why-
opposite side from where the trailer park is.
Yeah, I was about,
That's
you
exactly what I
you
wanted
raise
to
a good
say.
point. You raise a very good point.
Exactly.
So I'm
Kind
gonna,
of closer to the starport,
yeah. So I'm gonna select this.
A part of me thought like, why not put it in the center? Like have it be a giant mechanical scarecrow in the farmland. Just imagine farmland and the SAT missiles. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I mean tactically, yeah. Here it
Yeah,
is
so
a
the
good
idea
thought.
is like basically it's a little bit separated, so if someone does attack it, they're not shooting into the colony itself.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
Perfect.
was trying to make sure that
Absolutely.
wasn't the case.
yeah, no, we'll put it right on top of the residential district, just for maximum safety, right?
Yeah,
Wait.
use the
Since
civilians as human shields.
Yeah, some of us have experience with that. But if you're saying, yeah, the missile battery to be somewhere that if it's attacked, the rest of the colony isn't so kind of a protection, maybe putting it right next to the trailer park would be interesting because anybody that tries to attack them, I'm sure they have such good goddamn aim that they can take out a ship with a shotgun like from kilometers away. That thing would be protected like nothing else. We can actually get them to work.
Yes, planetary defense shotgun. Yes, sure.
Yes, no
I
fake
think it's in
innuendo
the
studies.
uranium.
They wouldn't care about that. It wouldn't mutate them any more than they already are.
It's like the what's it called from Doom, the BFG. It's just a giant
Yeah,
like fucking shotgun.
They have the doomstick from Killing Floor 2.
Exactly.
yeah.
Um, okay, so the missile battery gets installed, the helicopter gets moved. So that team would be like once all the, like the expectation is that the engineering team like, will be sort of tasked with helping get this set up. So it's like they didn't bring a bunch of like they brought technicians to help specifically maintain the missiles, but in terms of actually like like actually building the thing, resources are provided, but it's kind of like some assembly required, and the required assembly comes from the colony. So, um, anyway, the guy
Yeah, so
like
I guess
gets. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say just I guess my focus would be on overseeing the construction and making sure it's tested and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Um, so that's what you'll be doing, and then basically, yeah, before the guy leaves, he gets El Presidente to sign a little, you know, manifest to say like, hey, you received it. It wasn't fucking hijacked by pirates. So,
Yeah.
and then once
Signing
that's
on the dotted line and
yeah,
such.
once that's signed, sealed, delivered, and all the cargo is unloaded, that ship will take off within the next few days. So then, so Albert is overseeing that. Meanwhile, about a week or two later, um, El Presidente specifically is summoned to the spaceport again, um, because there is another delivery.
Ah, excellent.
So, are you going to call the rest of the team in, or are you just going to go deal with it yourself?
I'll bring Conrad and Albert.
Okay. Well, Albert, do you want to take a break from overseeing the construction of the missile battery to see what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Albert and Conrad join El Presidente. So um, this time, so the ship in question is actually a U.S. owned ship, and like there's some like the spaceport team is helping unload, again with power loaders and flatbed rovers, a mining like a bunch of mining equipment, but out from the boarding ramp of the ship actually step forth some soldiers.
Very good. I'm
Eyebrows
going
just raised, interestingly, like, okay.
to. So I sort of uh, you know poke Albert with my elbow, not like hard, just as kind of like a you know uh, anyway. And then I step forward and
Yeah.
I shake the hand of the person at the lead
Yeah.
of the group here.
Yeah, so the squad leader, so he he has a very dull, disinterested kind of look on his face. He offers you a handshake and he says and for voice, the guy who voices Adam in Hazbin Hotel, like that sort of like rock star frat bro kind of sounding voice. That's basically what you're listening to here. The guy introduced himself as Staff Sergeant Eric Simmons.
What?
Oh, Simmons. Oh, I
Oh
used to
no.
know a guy by that last name.
It,
I'm sure there's no relation.
oh no.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And he says, I'm
Behind
guessing
me.
you're Mr. Presidente,
What gave it away?
your name tag.
Well, good answer. That
Your
sharp
general
eyes.
attitude.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that you
Um,
look like Fidel Castro with his
yeah.
magic cigar and the fucking shades
Yeah.
and military cap
you're-
and all the
If you're
medals.
looking for a guy named Presidente, then that's
Are we
probably the guy.
farming tobacco? Like, how's he getting all these cigars?
Oh,
What's the
it's
import budget on these cigars?
it's a special experimental never-ending
He has
cigar. There's like nanites or some
I
shit.
mean, well, think about Wayland Corps, like in the like Project Prometheus timeline. I mean, they invented all sorts of fucking crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
let's see, I don't know, like a language learning tool that doesn't require any actual learning.
It's basically an e-cigar.
Exactly, like it's like a Wayland self-renewing cigar. I mean, this is the company that built fucking synthetics, the Wayland Storm Rifle, artificial gravity. I mean, I
It's
don't know.
probably
It's
a plastic thing that is just chewing on, and it never goes out.
he's like cigar chomping like Apone. Anyway, but so Simmons basically he just introduced himself and he sort of looks back to his squad and then like there's this the one guy. So behind him to his right, there's this guy who looks like just absolutely feral. Like he's just like breathing heavily, looking around really quickly. There's like oily bile like on his chin. It's just like darkened circles under his eyes. He just doesn't look right.
I'm gonna look to Simmons and then look to that guy and say, the med bay is just right around the corner.
And
In case anyone needs looked at after that journey.
and Simmons says like, oh, it's it's not the journey. Believe me, medics have already looked at him.
I see.
And then
These
behind him to his left,
people.
there's a certain blonde who kind of leans out, like leans to Simmons' left and like sticks out, like waves a little bit, smiles, and then ducks back in line. And then the rest of the other six soldiers are just basically very they don't really stand out, and they just kind of sort of stand there sort of stoically with their rifles in hand. And of note is that they don't have storm rifles because basically these guys are the equivalent of reservists using hand-me-down weapons.
Oh boy.
Specifically, they are using this bad boy.
Directly
Oh.
from Bad Company.
Yes.
I see.
Just for clarity, so what? It's like what 2100 something.
No, it's
So it's like
2070s.
No.
okay, so it'd be like now if we were handing out like freaking M16 V1s or A1s from like Vietnam or something.
Well, yeah, well,
Pretty much.
basically the idea I
Happens
had
over there.
is like there for the HK 416, there is actually an IRL precedent for it because it's like 3 countries have fully adopted it as their service rifle, and the U.S. Marine Corps kind of did. I mean, they adopted a variant of it as their service rifle, so like it's not that far fetched to think that like at some point they may have adopted it, at least in this timeline. So, but either way, it's
Could have
like
brought it
these
on as like a reserve thing.
yeah, like these guys are basically like reservists because the U.S. government. I mean, they're not. If this is like a long distance deployment of just a single squad, they're not going to waste a bunch of like not only more advanced like storm rifles, but also more trained, experienced personnel.
You could just argue they're like really low maintenance compared to the more modern stuff.
Yeah, especially as Aliens Bug Hunt kind of pointed out with a storm rifle, but that's sort of dubiously canon because everything else treats it like the super advanced rifle. But anyway, so Simmons, like he just sort of looks at you again, like half-lidded eyes, and frowns, like, "All right, where are we staying? What are we doing here?"
I'll take you there in a moment. Just real quick, behind me, the man behind me and to my right, that is Albert Zims. He is the at the moment security capo sheriff dude. However you want to look at that. Of course, as I'm sure you're aware, the civilian law enforcement will not be of your concern. That'll be primarily his job. And then to my left, back there, that is Conrad Bass. That is sort of the second in command here. The fuck, what's his position? Corporate
He's the corporate
director?
director.
Yeah, that is the
Corporate
corporate director. If for whatever reason you can't find me or I am incapacitated, you will be, of course, answering to him. Now, you can come with me, and then I'll walk off to the barracks.
Okay, probably residential
Sort of been,
or administration, whichever.
yeah.
I'll leave it up to you
I-
because it doesn't really
I would
matter.
say administration.
Okay.
I think the idea was to keep it like pretty much across the street from the
Right. Yeah. So.
yeah.
And I'll also say, so quick question for Simone and Richard, like what at the time that this is going on, like that the newest ship has arrived, like what are you two doing? I guess starting with Richard.
Well, it depends on if I'm like just quickly screening everybody coming through or not.
Well, I mean, if you weren't summoned to the starport, you wouldn't really have a reason to be there.
I don't know if they had said that I was going to like quickly till they got increased security or whatever. I don't know
All
if
right.
that was decided or not.
Well, Albert, I
So,
mean, you're his boss. What would you have him doing?
yeah, otherwise I'd just be standard patrols.
For
Would you?
this one, since Presidente kind of called us to, I imagine he didn't want anybody else to see it, but I don't know what Albert would decide.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but there was definitely a reason to bring the both of you specifically.
Yes.
To like establish authority or something, or
Among other things.
okay. Um. Oh, okay. Because I mean, what I was just getting at is just like the idea that probably chances are good if there's like this, squad of U.S. Army soldiers, marching through the streets. That's like people are going to notice and word's going to spread. Like they're not going to
Yeah.
like. I'm just being clear that nobody's going to have the full details of what's going on, like why they're there and stuff. But I'm just saying that like you know Simone and Richard would probably, I mean, depending on what you're doing, whether it's like, if it's Richard patrolling the streets and then you overhear a conversation between two people, or maybe even see a glimpse of one of the soldiers, that kind of thing, or like Simone, you're on your lunch break, or you're even at the bar and then you hear it, kind of thing. So, like, basically, it's just kind of an interesting rumor that you both pick up on, but you don't have the full specifics.
Yeah, sooner or later they're gonna find out.
Yeah,
unless we're
there's
trying to
absolutely no
sneak
way you're
them
going to
and
keep this
smuggle
under
them.
wraps.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, no, that's not the intention anyway. Hell, I set them up in a purpose-built barracks right across the street from
yeah,
the administrative
right.
building. So
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like,
And people would have seen them landing at the starport, right? And
exactly.
like
That's why I'm saying
getting
that's how the
off.
rumors are spreading. Like, the people at the starport, like the people at the starport see them, and then while you're walking through the streets, people are stopping to look and see what's going on, and naturally those people are going to be talking about what they saw, like sharing the news with their family, talking about it in the bar, kind of thing. So I'm just saying that, like, Simone and Richard, if you want something to do, depending on what you're doing, that's something you pick up on.
If I'm not directed anything else, I'm just standard patrolling the streets because I stick to myself unless I'm summoned somewhere specific.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to present that to you. So what about you, Simone?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Well, I was just saying, like, based on the rumors that are spreading that apparently there are U.S. Army personnel being deployed to the colony, I was just saying, are you going to investigate that or discuss that with anybody?
Yeah, I'd go and investigate it.
Okay. Yeah, especially if El Presidente says it's not really that much of a secret, at least in terms of them being here, then I'd say you could probably track them down pretty easily, or like
them
get a
being
glimpse.
here is a very open thing. But
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, you basically, so El Presidente, cutting back to you. So you're leading them to the barracks.
yeah,
Are you like, so basically the troops drop off their like duffel bags, in their bunks. Are you going to like give them a tour of the colony, or are you going to give them orders to do anything, or are you just going to kind of leave them to their own devices?
I'll I'll speak to them real quick and sort of say, I'll let you get settled in. Of course, if you need anything, don't hesitate to come to me directly. You will, of course, be sent maps of the surrounding area, the districts, and all of that. And otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow for a tour. I'll sort of show you all around, let you get a idea of where everything's at. And again, if you need anything, you can come to me directly. The administrative building is across the street. And I'm sure, of course, that you have been briefed on what to say if you are asked why you're here, correct?
Yes.
I see.
So,
Well,
which
in
out of
that case,
character, I
of
can't
course,
remember the answer. I mean, they would have been told. I just don't remember what it was. So you can correct me if the question comes up. So,
consider this a well, I'll say it should be a pretty cushy posting. If there's any luxury items that you'd like, of course, ask me directly. There's a bar around the corner. If you're looking for something to fill your time, Of course, there's always
The rec
side work
center.
available if you'd like to, get a little bit of money, and the recreation center, of course.
Where there's a certain nerd who runs Temples and Trolls games.
There's a particular individual you might want to keep a lookout for there. But
Fun fact, I
other
think
than that,
Simone is the only character who's interacted with Fat Mikey.
he's
Yes.
just like known as
I
like
think
that
so.
guy.
Yeah, the word has it there's this like, chauvinistic weirdo that plays Temples and Trolls TNT.
The only person to ever use a tabletop RPG's solo play rules.
He's got no other choice.
Well, I mean, he does do paid GMing, so he's obviously doing
God.
something decently. But I mean, even though the last time he TM'd a game for Simone, it ended with a sword getting like anal play with a sword on a dragon.
Well, it is a limited colony. People don't have a lot of entertainment, so
Yeah, I mean, well,
go
the rec center would have some fun stuff to do, but like most people spend their time at like the bar.
Yeah.
So.
But we have to get the money back we pay them somehow.
Yeah, exactly. So. And I mean, he does like his actual job there is the fucking janitor, but he occasionally
Probably not a whole lot to clean.
I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so you is there anything else that you do for Simmons and the squad, or do you just leave them to their own devices?
I'll when I get back to the office, I'll put in a requisition for the premium 3-ply that of course is not usually handed out. You know how companies are. Every public restroom you go to, it's got like that god awful like fucking papyrus,
Jesus,
fucking
I
ancient
love it.
Egypt scrolls shit.
Yeah,
Do you think Wayland brands their toilet paper?
probably. I mean, there probably would be the Wayland logo in every square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, they put the Wayland logo on David's fingertip, so
Exactly. It makes sense.
They're gonna get some of the Wayland Ultra Premium Pro Plus.
The
Soldier
W is
bar?
very abrasive.
Yeah. So anyway, so the so the soldiers, I take it then, are dismissed. You go on your business. So before we jump to the evening shift, because I do have a scene planned, is anybody doing anything during the rest of the afternoon?
Conrad will come to Garvey and he'll just let him know to keep that the rumors that are murmuring about are true. He'll find that out soon in and of himself, but for him to keep an eye and especially an ear out for our new guests, if anything interesting spills over, that he knows that he remembers the information when Conrad comes to see him again, and he'll make it worth his while.
So yeah, he gives you like a wink and a thumbs up, and yeah. So so during the speaking of Garvey, so during the like evening shift, is anybody going to go to the bar, i.e., like Simone or anybody else for that matter?
Yeah,
I think
I'll
I
head to
would
the
go.
bar.
I would want to try to gain any information I can from these soldiers. I think.
So yeah, so you go to, let me just pull up the bar map. Once it loads, there we go. Did it activate? So activate, come on. Hold on, let me try refreshing. Try that again. There we go. So Albert and Simone, so you guys are going to the bar for the first time. There's actually a line at the door. It's like one of those like wait to be seated moments.
Huh.
So, and you can actually
Oh.
hear like laughter inside the bar. So, hold on a sec.
What madness is this? It's
So,
actually crowded for once
yeah.
tonight.
So hold on, I need to drag some tokens. Let's see. So players. So Albert, and then Simone. I need to clear some seeds here, and then just do. So. Okay, so eventually you make it in, and you find out why not only it's crowded, but why there's a crowd. So, first of all, you notice on stage the usual performer, Selena, she's not there. Albert, you would actually recognize one of the soldiers there that you saw at the spaceport, not in fatigues, but in like civilian clothing, or at least like like not like the full uniform, but just like maybe like t-shirt and like camo pants.
Like, you mean I recognized him in that I knew him previously, or I just
Her.
know him from
Well,
the
you
like?
recognize her, like basically the blonde that was behind Simmons at the spaceport. She's actually on stage. Um, Not quite as recognizable due to again the different attire, but and more like civilian clothes, like less like body armor, no helmet kind of thing. Um, so she's there, and from the look of it, is actually doing stand-up comedy. Um, so that's going on, and hold on a second, just check my message. Um, so eventually, a fucking waitress at the in the bar, like she goes over to you. It's like, hey guys, do you want a table or a seat at the bar?
Whichever's open and get a seat the fastest.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I'm good
there's
with either.
there's seats at both, so that's why she's asking you.
I just sit at the bar.
Okay.
Yeah. Bar is fine.
Okay. Do you want to sit over here or do you want to sit over here? Because there are two seats.
I'll sit on the left.
Okay. So you head over here, and then um, as you're going, you hear like laughing, and then like you're this time you're closer to hear jokes where the woman on stage saying like the first time I went to a pub was wild. There was this dude who got his junk pierced in front of everyone. In other news, I'm terrible at darts.
Oh God, that's horrible.
And then she also, and then
In a
the
bit.
crowd laughs. That's like, speaking of darts, have you ever tried playing darts blindfolded? You don't know what you're missing.
These are some Andy level jokes, but in a good way.
So you guys sit at the bar, and then for Albert, another familiar face, you see that Simmons, the squad leader, he's there, and he's having a drink.
We haven't talked to each other yet, right?
Yeah, you haven't directly spoken. Like he introduced himself to El Presidente, and El Presidente, introduced like him to you, so like you know each other's names and recognize each other, but you haven't actually directly spoken. So
So I guess I'll introduce myself. I'll say, Staff Sergeant. I believe we met before. I'm Sheriff Zims. Pleasure to meet you.
yeah, he just kind of looks you up and down. Is like, yeah. And he says, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're that sheriff, then I introduced myself to El Presidente at the spaceport.
Yes, well, there's only one sheriff.
Mm-hmm. So he says as he takes another shot of his drink, another like sip of his drink.
I would also introduce him to Simone. I don't know if Simone was at the landing, but
Simone was not.
say-
So
No, there's only the security and
So I'll say,
Conrad.
this is Simone. She's head of the prospecting office.
and
Yeah, it's
the
nice to meet you. Staff sergeant, was it?
Staff Sergeant Eric Simmons.
Yeah. Simmons, it's very nice to meet you.
And he just looked at you for a second, like, yeah. Like, clearly not much of a people person, but I mean, he's not like completely ignoring you, so.
Hmm.
Well, if he's not that interested in talking, I probably wouldn't push things with him. I maybe just buy him a drink.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to like, pay for another drink for like, refill his drink, then he does open up slightly. He just out of very basic manners says, so what are you guys doing here? Just time off after work or something?
There's not many places to go on a smaller colony like this.
Well, there's that rec center that El Presidente mentioned.
It's really hit or miss sometimes.
Simone getting
I mean,
PTSD.
like it wasn't the worst moment, but if you have other stuff to do, I definitely wouldn't recommend the trolls and whatchamacallit.
You do hear the distant echo of the voice. You must slay the dragon to save the kingdom, kingdom, kingdom.
I mean, if you have a free afternoon and like $20, yeah, it's a nice time waster. But yeah, like go back to your original question, just yeah, after work and well, I've already done all my, main job for the cycle, so just rest and relaxing. I hope the voyage over, to Terra Nova wasn't too horrible. I know, cryo sleep and all that,
It
but
sucks.
still.
He says, like referring to cryosleep. He says, like, especially when you're traveling from, Earth all the way out to this backwater colony. And I don't care to remember the distance, but let me just double check. Stars in the middle heavens. Come on, load,
I
please.
remember it was 6 blocks away from Earth.
Oh, it was?
6.
Yeah. 6 parsecs,
Yeah, because of the transit time we were thinking
Yes.
about that.
So assuming it would be on another, well, yeah, it'd probably be like, I'll just use whatever the FTL of the Ore Chariot is. Ore Chariot has FTL. Oh god, a 58.
Oh, 6 times 58. That's a good number of years traveling.
Well, maybe it probably wouldn't be that far because like you have to remember it's like a military ship.
Oh,
It
yeah, then it's
wouldn't be
faster.
now it wouldn't be on the same level as like the Sulaco, but it would definitely probably be faster than that. It's like it definitely fits the time frame of like El Presidente. So he made an order to Gutierrez. It was received. Gutierrez then put together like a ship and the resources and the squad, and then they're on their way. So yeah, it would have been probably about like 6 months or so at minimum.
Nice.
So
Fast.
That's not completely terrible. But yeah, it's a long time.
and he says this like and this is a sentiment I'm sure Rabbit Roberts can share, but I mean I fail to see the point in enlisting, and going to see combat just to get sent all the way out here. I know some people are enjoying it more than others. He says he glances over to the woman on stage, but um, it's like I can't say I share her sentiment. And then he takes another sip of his drink.
Well, I'll say, well, Sergeant, I don't know if you're aware, we've seen a fair amount of action out here just in the last few months.
He says,
Yeah.
"Oh, have you now?"
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff happens. Well, couple things happened, not a lot, but yeah,
Yeah.
like day one we got here, we start having problems. So yeah, this isn't exactly the deadest backwater in the universe. You get a little bit of action out here.
And he doesn't smile, but he it's less of a straight frown, and he's like, well, that's reassuring to hear.
We had to take on an entire Russian mercenary gang. The previous administrator was a private citizen was working with them to try to win the election. We had several gunfights right here in town, and well, heck, just a few weeks ago we had a shootout in this very bar. And I'll like point over to the door on the right side, and there's probably some bullet holes or something over there. You can go check it out if you want.
If you look at I forget which window specifically, but I'll point out the window.
Well,
hello.
it was this window, but it would have been fixed up by this point. So
Yeah. I mean, if you look over there, you can still see the scuffle marks from where well, El Presidente Kool-Aid manned his way out the window to assist with the action. So you can't
There's
say
a
he
reason why
just
that window looks brand new.
exactly. Like I said, the first day we came here, there was we had to deal with the Russian mercs. I'll look at you, Albert, and I'll say, yeah, our even before he became the sheriff, he got some wounds in the line of duty. Didn't you,
Yeah, they got me.
Albert?
It was awful. But I'll take one for the team.
But yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, but I'm sure you'll be kept busy. Based on what's gonna probably be happening around here.
yeah, he says, like, well, I mean, that's good to hear. As just don't mention Russians around Robert Hill go off.
May I ask why, or do I not want to know?
You don't want to know.
I see.
So anyway, Sergeant, what I'm trying to tell you is this may not be such a quiet posting as you think. You would have noticed the missile defense battery when your transport was landing. There's a reason why we requisitioned that.
And ever the cynic he is, like, oh, I'm sure there is. This is like, well, I mean, only one way to find out if you're right there, Marshall. This is like, hopefully hopefully something interesting happens. I mean, I know it's only day number one, but we're and then he got. I mean, I think all President Day we were saying it was like basically the equivalent of like being like stuck waiting for a flight kind of deal.
Pretty much. That's
Being redirected.
the cover.
Yeah, I mean, he uses that analogy to sort of describe the situation that he and his squad are in.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you think that way. I mean, hopefully you can, once you get settled on Terra Nova, you won't be so grumpy.
Yeah, you're just calling him out.
Yeah, and he looks.
Why don't we turn that frown upside down, mister?
Yeah, he just like after he calls it grunk, he's like, well, yeah, well, fuck you very much.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate it. You wound me terribly.
You should invite him to a session of TNT. and lock him in the room.
You know what? I'll actually do that. I'll
Oh,
say,
you're
well,
gonna invite
if
him to play
you know,
TNT? Oh no.
yeah. I mean, if you're really bored and looking for something to do, I played the do before in the rec center. It's
No.
I think the next session is Wednesday, possibly. I'll have to check, but I'll
God.
you know, if you
We're
want
going to
something to
have that
do.
scene. We are totally going to have that scene.
I know, I love it. But yeah, if you're, so grumpy and whatnot, and you have nothing really to do, hey, I'm offering you something to do. You know, unless you're too much of a chicken and you can't handle tabletop games.
He says it's like, you're calling me a chicken and yet I'm the one in uniform and you're not. Basically
Oh,
doing the
damn.
whiskey thing of like, hey, at least I served, you didn't. So,
He has not seen her shoot. He has not. Oh, he's making a
no, he
powerful enemy.
hasn't.
You guys, I'll be right back.
All right, sure.
Well,
Mhm.
I can promise you, Simmons. I may not have served in the military, but I've done my part to protect Terra Nova. So, you know, let's not devolve this into a dick measuring contest, my guy.
That'd be a pretty one-sided contest, he says.
Yes, but he doesn't. But he doesn't realize what he just said. Yes, it would be. If he only knew the
Oh
shots she
no.
got.
Shots
I will,
fired.
I'll make it. I will make it my little personal journey to make Simmons not a grumpy asshole.
You're trying to redeem him like
That's not
Kenzo
my
redeeming Mara
scheme.
Jade?
Well, is it the same Simmons? Is the question I'll ask before I answer that question.
It's a different interpretation of the character. He's still a douche, but like, whether he's worse or not than the Joker is a different.
A new
Different
nuance of the
question.
douche.
Yeah, like a different interpretation of the same rotten character.
That's a solid maybe. I'll go out of my way to be nice and try and maybe the niceness will rub off on him, but
Oh my god, you're trying to fucking redeem him and make him nice. Well, case in point, he's in a squad with Gorham, and that doesn't that didn't work. So anyway, you can tell that he's getting.
I was like, I do have an idea. I was, where's Albert?
He's sitting
If
right
I
next
could
to him.
get in and talk to, no, what I'm saying is, would I be able to come talk to Albert for a second?
I mean, if you want to come into the bar, you can.
Yeah, I probably would at some point looking for him because Richard had an idea.
So, well, okay. So
Oh,
I'll say
no.
this. Oh god. So by the time you get, I'm going to make things interesting. So you enter the bar. Again, there was kind of a wait because of the stand-up comedy routine, but like,
Mhm.
he basically like as you enter, so he pays for his drink from Garvey, and he says it's like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out of here. And so he gets up, and then like as he's going out, like that's when you cross paths, and so you see like this is your first sighting of an actual like soldier. Like you heard the rumors about U.S. soldiers, and this is the first one you're seeing. So, but you did overhear him bickering with Albert and Simone. So
Okay. Well, I'll just go over and sit next to Albert for a second and be like, so what was that all about?
Oh, didn't Mega say he'll be away
he
for a
did,
second?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Well, I thought that was Presidente.
Yeah, no.
Oh well. But I just sit down and I would just generally ask what was that all about anyway.
Yeah, you can talk to Simone. So
yeah. So I'm like, so what was that all about again? He doesn't seem the friendliest bunch. Simone?
What did you say?
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
just a general question. I was like, he
Oh.
doesn't seem the friendliest bunch.
No, not particularly. I think he's just really pissed about being sent over here, unfortunately. On top of just generally being an asshole, but I think it's a combination of those two issues, if I'm being honest.
Well, you can't always wash the asshole out of every asshole.
That's one way to put it, man.
So, why are they here, or what's going on exactly? Did we ever figure anything out about that?
Ron?
Oh my god, brain. My apologies. My brain is like, ooh.
Do.
Exactly. Can you ask the question again? I really apologize, guys. My brain is really scattered today.
Fine. I'm the same way with migraines. So, did we ever figure out what they're here for, or do we know what
Not
their whole
yet.
thing is?
Well, he did. I mean, Simmons did actually, before he walked off, he did actually give the, like the analogy of like, like he basically what El Presidente told him to say is what he tells you, which was along the lines of like why he was here is basically the equivalent of like, when you're at an airport and you're, instead of just being in a straight line, like you're redirected to another airport and then you're waiting there until the next flight.
Yeah, so that's basically what I was asking. So
Yeah.
I get that information. I'm like, okay. So just an odd question. What do you think they do for fun?
Well, I'll like motion to Gorham on the stage. One of them likes telling jokes. I mean, she's actually not that bad, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
But
there's
I
worse and there's also better. I mean, at least it's better than whiskey.
oh
I
god,
got
no,
used
don't
to,
remind
yeah.
me. But yeah, there's Simmons. He doesn't really seem to want to have a lot of fun, if I'm being honest. And then there's one that he called Robert.
Rabbit Robert, yes.
Rabbit Robert, and I don't know too much about him, but apparently he's quite a character from what I picked up with their conversation. I don't know
I may
more,
have to go
man.
have a nice little chat with this Rabbit Robert.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna, roll out the welcome wagon. I'll go make some cookies and drop them off at the barracks.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I have my own idea that
Oh no.
that may get them interested.
Oh no.
Okay. I guess I'll go along with that. But yeah, making them some
How do
baked
you
goods.
feel about
It actually isn't a bad idea.
how do you how do you feel about some exercises?
What sort of exercises are we talking about before I say yes
mean,
or no?
there's several different types of exercises. I'm talking the kind that increases one's proficiency in skills.
Okay.
Training montage?
An exercise in
Get me some
patience
broccoli.
doing TNT with Fat Mikey?
Which I have no idea about right now.
Yes, because you haven't been in the rec center yet.
But what exact what kind of skills are you gonna be training in exactly, Richard?
Communication and marksmanship.
Oh God, are you some William Tell shit?
Okay. Meaning I don't really have anything better to do, so I suppose I could tag along.
Well, it's not here right now. I have to
Okay.
ask for it, so it may take a couple months.
Couple months.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So when it arrives, I will definitely let you know.
Yeah, please.
That's also why I came to talk to Albert. It was kind of the idea that I had.
I'm back. You can talk to.
Oh, okay. So since we have these military individuals here on in the colony right now, I just had the craziest thought with all the issues and everything going on that have been going on in the colony recently. Would you think it would be a good idea to have the security force have like war games with the uh, individuals that have just recently arrived to improve cooperation and skills set among the current uh, staff?
Yes, we could integrate them in our training plans, and I'm sure that they could teach us a few things.
That was my thought exactly. I just wanted to clear it with you before I started, asking questions and putting in requisition things that I will pay for. So I just figured I'd ask.
Okay. Yeah, don't have a problem with that. If you want to write up a plan and send it to me, I'll take a look.
Definitely will do. And and by the way, he just like goes over to Garvey and is just like, what's the best alcohol you have here, real quick?
Well, as established with talking to Conrad, there's a like, and I'm just like he would explain this and in character, but like there's a from the local like one
Mm-hmm.
of the local fruits like made from a local fruit is a drink called punch because it has a very
Ah,
sweet sugary taste and it brings to mind fruit
fair
punch.
enough. Fair enough. I will pull out $500, give it to Garvey, and says, whenever one of those soldier guys comes in, I want you to give him a free shot of it. And if you run out, let me know. I'll get you some more.
And he says,
Oh, I'm so
okay,
proud.
all right, that could
Like
that could be arranged.
he's paying him 500 in advance for each shot he gives them.
Oh my God.
Conrad is so goddamn proud. Somebody using the money like he imagines. Yes, yes.
Bribery for the win.
So it's like, yeah, and so whenever they show up, I'm expecting Garvey to pour him a free shot of punch, and then if they want to order more, that's on them, but he's paying for the first shot for every time they enter.
Get them drunk. Get them drunk.
So there
God.
you go. And then with that being said, Richard is going to turn and leave the bar.
Okay. Okay. So is there anything anybody else, um, like for Albert and Simone that you want to discuss, or is there anybody else you want to talk to?
No, I'm
I
just
think
sort
I'm
of
good.
checking up.
Okay. Um, nope.
Conrad would just like to ask Presidente, like, when he catches a glimpse of him, he'll be like, so I'm guessing this is the price for all of the help we've been getting from the US, I imagine.
Oh no, this is well,
Something else.
being the security issues we've had as of late, and the casualties we've been taking in the security team, it seemed mutually beneficial
Mhm. And are they truly on rotation, or are there longer term aspirations there?
Oh, they're waiting for their flight.
Okay, okay. That's all I needed to know. Won't be bothering you with that then.
Naturally. The barracks was, of course, arranged ahead of time, as it will be at least a few cycles, which naturally, you know how space travel goes.
Yes, it's not the shortest thing, so a couple of cycles. We'll learn to live with each other then, it seems.
I'm sure you'll
But
get along swimming.
yes, when necessity asks for it. Okay, but yes, so you don't expect it'll be longer than a couple of cycles?
We'll we'll have to see. Current estimates are anywhere between 3 and 9.
He literally just kind of popped up like, lovely, lovely. Uh, thank you for letting me know the estimations. Let's hope they are quicker than our forecasts. um, okay,
Now, are you
okay.
not getting along with them? Uh,
Not. I haven't.
Abrasive personalities,
I
perhaps?
have. I haven't gotten to the chance to talk to them much, but uh, military personnel I was never too fond of. I hope. I mean, since we're stuck together for a longer bit of time, that we learn to see eye to eye. But yeah, I hadn't had a beautiful history with them. Always found them a bit too brash and not elegant in the sense of um, how they mix well with people. They are just their own little group, and I found in my very limited experience of what I've seen and heard that they cause more issues sometimes than they fix them. But I understand your reasoning for having them augmenting our security question, and I hope that's a wise choice. I leave that to you, of course. So I'll put faith in that. And
You
uh,
have reason to believe that it may not be a wise choice? You seem
no, it's more
perhaps a bit agitated by their presence.
yeah, yes, I'm a bit worried with again military type of folk that just come in and waving guns around. It's different when it's security folk, especially people from the settlement who have been here and everybody knows each other.
Well, they're
But
not
with
here to enforce laws.
yes, so they shall be basically keeping we shall be keeping out of each other's hair. Uh, the Marines will be doing their own thing. Without too much interference with the colony, probably,
Unless
right?
unless special circumstances arise in which
Mhm.
their use is required. But no, there
Understood.
won't be uh, armed military personnel kicking out the local drunk from the bar or anything like that.
Okay. Just wanted to know what was the general vibe and plan there. Then yes. No need to worry. My own uh, personal grievances and prejudices aside, then I'm sure we'll all learn to sing "Kumbaya" together and just be a lovely bunch. I'll be out of your hair then. Thanks. That's all I wanted to know.
So, um, I will say, just jumping back to the bar real quick. I just wanted to double check that Albert and Simone didn't want to have a conversation with anybody else there, or if you're just staying there to listen to the stand-up routine.
Um, do we have anything to discuss, Albert, or?
No, I mean, I think we can just move on. Like,
Okay.
whatever the.
Yeah.
So my question for Simone, I mean, it's not going to be a very in-depth scene, but do you plan to hold Simmons accountable for going to play TNT on Wednesday?
Yes. I
Okay.
will.
Oh God.
So, um, where's the colony overview? So you go to the um rec center, and then Simone, did you? I mean, I'll just say Simone, like out of character, just like. But did you when you were playing Temples and Trolls, did you have like when you made your character, like you named your character, right?
Yes, but
So
out of character, I don't
I know
remember if
you
I
don't need
actually
a
gave a
name,
character
but
a name.
well, so you're there, and then Large Michael's there, and he sees you and Simmons approaching. He's like, greetings, insert character name here. I see you have returned once more to Sadizaron to go on another exciting adventure. And you hear Simmons, and she's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I
Lock
have
the door.
indeed. Yeah. I'll make sure the door's locked so Simmons can't make a break for it. Yeah, a wise and well, I'm not gonna say awesome because I'll
Because
be
he's
lying.
everything but, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, a wise and rotund table
Jesus.
master.
Oh
I
my God.
brought another for our adventures today.
Well-rounded individual.
So he there's like a 1 hour later after Mikey's like getting his character set up, and so it's just there like barely like conscious. He's mainly like checking his phone and kind of like nodding uh-huh. And so, well, first of all, Simone, subtract $20 from your character sheet.
Yep.
And then the main.
I'll pay for his seat as well, so I'll subtract
Okay,
40 to
okay. So
make sure he definitely comes, because
well, you lock the door. So but he, the main sort of highlight is like like Fat Mikey like leads the party into this like coven of werewolves, like this clan of werewolves, except they're basically just furries. They talk. And
no.
he specifies like the one that speaks to you. She has a very sultry voice, but she is not a mere werewolf. She is a were-bitch with boobs and everything.
oh god.
And
Man, I'm glad I'm not there.
yeah, Simmons is just shooting you daggers, like staring
Oh.
daggers at Simone.
So Simmons is not into this, okay?
Yeah, you don't say.
I'm
You
gonna
never know.
mark up a stress point for the fucking description of the goddamn werewolves. Just it's starting to give me a migraine. Just
In all
here
fairness,
listening,
I did tell him to keep an eye out for this guy.
Well, he's definitely seen him now.
Yes. But yeah, so one very like poorly disguised like fetish RPG session aside. So he by the end of it, like he wipes some sweat off his forehead. He's like, okay, you all get 20 experience points. Be back next Wednesday for the continuation of the saga. And then like the second he said, like Simmons is just getting up, getting up, and then he just like once the door unlocks, like well he looks you dead in the eye, and says, "Never speak to me again." And then he's like shoves past you and walks out of the room. It's like and you can hear him like ranting and cursing to himself.
yeah. After that, I'm gonna like catch up with him, and I'll just say, I sincerely apologize, man. it was not that bad last time, I assure you, and I am so sorry.
I knew Simone was good at gaslighting.
Oh
I
my
knew
god.
she had it in her.
Yeah, well, he's not even listening. He's just like, like double timing it to fucking get away from you.
So everyone's just
I'm
decided
being
to
sincere
inflict
when I
as much
apologize
harm
to
on
the
these
dude.
guys.
Well, he's not having it, so he's just trying to get the hell away from you and the rec center.
Yep, I'll talk to you later. Maybe we can, I'll find some way to make this better. I swear.
He's pretty explicit about you not talking to him later.
Yes, he was.
She doesn't care.
Dear God.
She's on a mission.
So, and I'll say while you're there, if you want to have another character establishing moment, you hear sort of eager commotion, excited like laughter, not like crazy laughter, but like a sort of triumph and joy. In the like arcade section with like like skee ball and like whack-a-mole and stuff, like especially like whack-a-mole, you see like the woman who was doing stand-up before, like her fucking arm with like that bat is going like a mile a minute.
Holy cow!
Goddamn.
You really shown that whack-a-mole game who's boss, aren't you?
And she turns around and like she's
Gorham.
sort of like, well, she hadn't introduced herself yet, but
Yeah, I can remember
she
whether or not.
she like basically does like the equivalent of like gun twirling with the with the bat and like sets it down. And so I was like, yeah, thanks. It's like, hey, wait a minute, weren't you at the bar last night?
Yeah, I was. It's a nice to meet you. I'm Simone Kowalski. I'm the
And
Prospector General here on Terra Nova.
yeah, smile, bright smile, offers you a handshake, and she says, Sergeant Hillary Gorham, pleasure to meet you. Quite a pleasure.
Yeah, you too. It's nice to meet you as well, Gorham.
And then she sees Simmons storming off. It's like, yeah, something tells me that he's not in a good mood, but let's face it, when is he ever, right?
Yeah, well, I know why he's in a bad mood.
Oh, why is that?
I'll like point my thumb at the where the room where Fat Mikey is, and I'll say, don't go in there, like ever. I need to talk to somebody about the
Psychological
weirdo
damage.
I need therapy.
TM here. Yeah, I need to go talk to the mental health specialist on the colony for a little bit.
Lol, we have one?
Yeah, I would think realistically, if it's like Alien Isolation, where the station had like mental health care in the SciMed district or whatever it was, where you first encounter the alien. Probably the colony probably have at least one.
Yeah,
They
I'm gonna go
should.
make an
They should.
appointment now.
So
But yeah, I'm gonna talk to the head of the rec center about allowing this trash to be ran here. Like, I get it, anyone can rent out a room, but sweet googly fuck, that was oh Jesus.
The first abuses of power. Love hearing this. She's gonna
Baby's
get him
first step
fired.
with trying to take authority of the colony. I demand that you fire this fat fucker.
Well, this is like this is a public mental health
Yeah.
source of trauma. I need to look out for this fucking colony. I know everyone else is trying to exploit it. I'm trying to help. Sweet
A danger to the
Jesus.
morale. Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so, like, Gorham, like, she bids you farewell when she sees you. It's like, well, maybe we can catch up over, I don't know, a drink or something. Maybe later.
Yeah, definitely.
And then she bids you
Good
farewell, and then she
boy.
gets back to playing in the arcade. So, being her usual woman-child
Yep.
self. But so anyway, is there anything anybody else wants to do before the council meeting? Because the time has come to continue developing the colony.
Huzzah. Great.
Yeah, nothing special. The twitchy guy, I'm kind of surprised nobody got the third character that stepped out of the ship. Nobody said to maybe introduce him to the Reynolds brothers. I just have a hunch that they could work well together.
I think that
Oh
is
God.
a really, really
What do you think
bad
I was
idea.
planning on doing?
That's what I was getting from Richard's vibe. Yes.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay.
The fucking crazy giggling is not
So-
instill confidence, bro.
so-
I'm very
Seeing
unsettled
that
right
from a
now.
synth, goddamn.
So anyway, so you all, next thing you know, once again, the command staff is gathered. So let me just double check the steps again, because I always fucking forget. Where is Building Our Better World? The colony cycle. Okay, so we already did the colony incident at the start. The command team does its job. So we go down the list of like the people who can roll, which is a reminder. So each PC and NPC has an attribute, and El Presidente is basically a wild card who could roll any of them with command if he wanted. So let's see.
I don't remember what we said, but can I do that like as to overrule if a roll goes poorly, or
I think, yeah, that's how it's used, I think.
Is that a thing?
I'm not explicitly sure, but I'm thinking in what other case then would he have the role? Maybe it's only when somebody fails that he wants to use his wild card ability.
Oh, let me
Because
see. So,
yeah, now I'm thinking why else would he roll?
yeah, so I'll say this much is that if like, yeah, you still have the ability to push, but he can do one roll if a roll fails, then he can personally intervene.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
the key skill is command, so
Yeah.
all right. So anyway, so where's the colony handout? All right, Terra, no, there it is. Okay, so starting with the economy, Conrad. So you do I believe, manipulation roll, and you get manipulation, and you get a +3 from your department.
Yippee! Okay.
Also, in terms of stats for economy, I'm going to say that you, courtesy of El Presidente and the equipment, you would probably get, I'd say, yeah, +1 to economy. So, because of the equipment that you brought
Oh,
in.
nice. Nice.
Nice.
So we already have that.
So. Okay, so it actually, I think, goes up by 1 because you got 2 successes. So
Yes.
So
It
you
goes
go
up by 1.
Nice.
Okay. Simone, for potential, you are rolling observation, and you also get a bonus from your team.
Cool. That's a +3. And
Hey, Cody.
What's up?
Seeing as the idea is to sell off the surplus resources, if we get a really good roll on productivity, can we get like a dot in economy alongside that? Like, say we get like 5 successes or something wild like that.
If you got a really good roll, yes, but I'm not sure if I would do that every single time.
All right.
oh, I forgot to mark off the stress, but I got a success.
Okay. So
I
you
figured that
got
would kind of account for the
Okay. So the
master
potential does not increase or decrease. Well, do you want to use a story point if you have one, to bump it up so it goes up? Because you all are going to be getting one at the end of the session because we're at the end of the arc. So
Yeah,
I can
I'll
also intervene if need
spend
be.
one.
well, but she didn't fail the roll, so technically no.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
basically, like if
so
she
yep,
gets
I'll
one
spend the
success.
story point
Okay, so then
and
it
get the
goes up
extra
to 8.
success.
Okay. Next up is Sky for productivity. So I'm going to have her roll. Where is she? Is she there? Which I think that's heavy machinery.
Maybe. I
Is
need to
it? Let me
check.
just. Union Stewart heavy machinery, yes. So.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so she rolls with that and does not get a success. She can push. You do get one push, or El Presidente can try to intervene with command. Which do you want to do?
You want to command him to be more productive? It's either this or the mines, kids.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to do that, huh?
Okay, so do a command roll. Oh, hold on. I realized I messed up because she actually does have a +3.
Plus
So
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna roll that first. See, okay, no, she still failed. So
Oh boy. Okay.
do a command.
Yeah, hold on.
You have
Oh yeah, you know what? I roll the command, and then if I fuck that up, then I do the manipulation roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
nice.
Yeah, so there's layers. There's layers. Which is good because my command is
ogre.
awful.
But you should
My
have
bad.
the plus. You should have the +3 since
Yeah.
people are helping you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's afraid of you, so they're helping.
Yeah. You know what, Cody, is this something that would take a while?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So
Yeah, probably not a full shift, so. Okay.
like basically in my
Man.
headcanon, the way I'm imagining this is like you all are reconvening and this is a progress report of like, okay, hold on, you should not have stress.
Oh. Yeah, we can just ignore the stress die then.
Yeah, just ignore the stress.
Richard, can you mute your thing if you have there's some sort of ad or something playing? By the way, Magus, you posted that message in the Great Escape session notes.
Oh my god.
So, anyway, so let's see, where were we? So El Presidente got it to, so basically it doesn't decrease. It just stays where it is because you only got the one success. Now, if you want to use a story point, you can bump that up and get it to
Yeah,
where it
I'll
goes
use the
up.
story point.
Okay. Oops, I did not mean to copy that. I will close her and then do this. So,
And we're getting one because it's the end of the cycle anyway, right?
yeah. So, okay, so productivity goes up to 4. Maintenance, so that's going to be Danny. She is going to, where is Danny?
+3.
Yep, she gets a +3. I just need to double check what our contact pool is. So, 5 and 4. So that's total 12. /R12 D6. And Danny does it again.
Nice.
So it goes up by 1. So where is maintenance goes up to 5. Jace, he technically succeeds automatically because of his talent, but he'll still roll to get the
To get his other success, yeah.
yeah. So I think he has 8 plus 3 is 11d6. So he gets, oh my, 3 successes. So he gets
Excuse
it
me.
up. Yeah, he definitely gets it up to. Oops, god damn it, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Science goes up to 6, and then last but not least is Albert. So you roll spirit, or you roll command, I think it is. Yeah, you
Okay.
roll. Yeah, you roll command.
The bonus.
Yeah, you get +3.
Okay, give me a sec.
Do you want to push? Because you can.
Yes, I
Nobody
would.
used that push, so. Very good.
Nice.
Okay, so where I close the colony sheet. Hold on. So spirit goes up to 8. So you currently don't have like, so the colony level is now 39, but to get the next tier is 41. So um you wouldn't be able
We're
to,
getting
because the
there.
colony hasn't leveled up again, you will not be able to do any like policies or anything, I don't think. Though actually, hold up,
Isn't
hold on. I think the
every cycle we do? I think policies are like once every 2 cycles, but the other
that's what I was
categories
getting
are
at, is
every cycle.
like certain things actually expire. So like, cause you basically, let me put it this way. So open up the colony thing. So you did anything goes at the start of the first cycle. This is the end of the third, so that would be completed.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
so you technically, I mean, I'm mainly kind of glancing at Grog for this in case you know. Like, wouldn't you technically be able to get a new one if the first
Well,
one expired?
yeah, I think we ruled last time. It is a little bit vague, but it makes sense that we're having them still be last 2 cycles, but we're choosing a new one every cycle. So yeah, you have at least 2 active at each time.
Okay.
I think we
I
can
think.
do that.
Do we keep the effects?
I think the
That was a
effects,
one-time thing.
yeah,
That was a one-time plus and minus thingies.
yeah,
So it's just when it's there, it's kind of a fluff text plus
yeah,
the plus and
yeah.
minuses are just like at the time it's additive and it stays there,
Yeah.
whatever it
Now,
is.
the important thing
Hey,
to note is just
guys, I need to drop. Do you need me for anything else?
well, if you wanted to weigh in on the like the policy, like the new
No,
policy, okay,
whatever.
then
Pick
yeah,
whatever
nothing
you
else.
want.
Okay, nothing
So
else is needed.
I'll do the experience and
Yeah,
then drop.
just take your 5 XP and then you can head out. Thanks for playing.
Yep.
So anyway, so and just to be clear, El Presidente, the colony, the installations are there to stay. The policies are the ones that are on kind of a timer. So
Okay.
so like you keep the AI upgrades, the PA system, and the research facility, but like anything goes was
Well, I
at the start
figured.
of the, yeah. So I just want to be clear. Okay, so as for
Well, does that mean that we swap that out for something else now?
yeah, John, can you mute your ad or whatever that is for video, please? Thank you. So well, it's like it's kept on the policies list just for reference, and if you look, it's a checkbox marked completed.
Okay.
Just as a reference. So as far
Oh,
as I
cool.
know,
So
you
we
can't.
keep the effects too.
Yeah, the effects are permanent.
Okay,
Um,
that makes sense.
it's not like it keeps getting applied. It's just like it was a permanent +1 to science and economy and -1 to spirit. So anyway, for initiatives, so policies. So what do you guys want to do for your policy here?
Let's see. We have a lot of potential. We have a good amount of economy, and our science is back up really nice. Spirit is fantastic. Productivity is a bit iffy. We might need to start being more productive. So let's see.
Yeah, I would say that productivity is certainly the most important here.
Yeah, like El Presidente, if you want to, rule with an iron fist, there's a zero tolerance policy um, in
I was
productivity.
looking at that.
So keep in mind the narrative effects there as well. So
I think I think I think advanced industry is the next step. I think we want to
okay,
start, at
Okay.
least small scale production. Maybe we're going to be studying the mining equipment that was sent to us,
so you can
and
like
and
reverse
possibly
engineer to make
looking at
more.
that to see. Yeah, at least opening ourselves up to the ability to do so, and then maybe in the future we can work on setting up the actual production.
Okay.
That could be okay. I'm just looking. Are there any other interesting ones? No. Yeah, maybe that is the best for now. Maybe that is the best option. Yeah. Oh wait. We have also all hands on deck. We must keep those farms working, fix the tractors, service their suits, and keep working. +1 potential and +1 maintenance, which is our second lowest one, and -2 economy, which would be.
Ooh, that would put economy at 2.
Yes.
We can't do that.
What do you mean at
That would
2?
reflect very poorly on you as the corporate director.
Hold on. So you're saying
We
for
would-
all hands on deck, that would just make economy. That would make it 5 instead of
5.
6.
Yeah.
Maybe okay. I guess I need to reopen the screen or the colony
Yeah.
screen. Then it's showing different things for
You have
me.
to like close and reopen the Terra Nova, like the
Oh.
colony sheet.
Okay. All
Like
right.
it's currently 6, so we just bump it down to 5.
You know what? If we were to put in a policy with enough with with at least a net positive of 2 points gained, that would be enough to put us over the threshold into expanding.
That would.
Is that something that
s-
we would have to wait till next cycle to capitalize on?
Well,
let
so
me see mathematically.
here's the thing. So I did roll for the next like the colony event, but the thing is that the effect doesn't actually happen. Like the stat plus or minus doesn't happen until after this council meeting.
Oh god, okay, it's gonna be bad then.
And
Maybe.
also, I'm looking right now, but it seems that every policy is just a +1 when you take all the plus and minuses. There is not a single one policy that puts you
Pretty much,
over
yeah.
the edge.
Like even if you took, say, what was it? All hands on deck, for example, or not? That's an all hands. What was the one I was looking at? Zero tolerance. Like zero tolerance. Yeah, even it's like +2 productivity and +1 economy. There's still -1, so it's still +1.
Yeah, it's all balanced. I've checked each
Yeah.
one. They're all net +1 only. So it's a toss up. It's just what stats we want to bring up. So yeah.
Now the
Depends
good
how
ones, I will say this: the good ones are once you can start taking projects, because projects give you
Yes,
like a +2 instead of a +1.
Okay.
exactly.
Mm,
If you want, we can
are
take advanced industry however you want. Or
I'm sort
yeah,
of
it's just
looking at work round the clock again. I think we can do some double shifts coming up here. Then people are going to get some overtime in. Really maximize the amount of productivity for the near future.
Ooh, yes, since we have both a huge potential and spirit. That's yes.
Everyone's in very high spirits.
Yes, we've been lenient to them like a good amount of months now, so we can ask a bit more of them right now. We're not
I think
overstepping.
they'd be more than willing to, as long as we don't make a permanent pattern of it.
Exactly. This is only
There's definitely some work
Yeah,
to
just
still
I mean,
do.
as long as it's like the colony has hit like a quote unquote rough patch, and it doesn't last like multiple cycles, then you're fine. So
fully
like,
agreed
Okay.
on that. Yeah.
because I mean, yeah, your spirit's already very high, so they're definitely satisfied with how El Presidente is running the show. So
Everyone's in high spirits. Let's make
except
use of some
whiskey,
of
of
that
course.
motivation.
That's the point. He's a
Well,
reference.
we make sure to keep him motivated through other means.
Yeah, I think work around the clock will help in the long run because it'll bump up, maintenance and productivity, which are two of our lowest ones, and potential and spirit are tied for the highest. So having them down at 7 isn't that like big of a deal.
Okay, so you're going to take double shifts then?
Work around the clock.
Yep.
If yeah,
Yeah, work around
you
the
want to
clock.
call it that.
Work around the clock.
Hold on, work around the clock. Is that something different than?
It's under
Yes,
maintenance.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
under
under maintenance.
maintenance. Oh, I was looking at the wrong fucking thing. There it is. I was looking at something that was phrased very similarly. So,
Yeah.
work around the clock. Okay, so I'll add that. So you are now at 40. And like I said, I did roll for the event, which will be, I guess I'll reveal at the start of next session.
But do we get another installation as well?
Well, no, because the thing is that the policy expired, but you're still capped on how many installations you can have, right?
There's a cap? I
Well,
kind of
hold on.
forgot
So,
that.
well, the colony levels when the colony is so at level 2 anchoring, you get 2 installations. You get another 2 installations, so you have 3 total. But you can't get more until you get to expanding the 3rd tier.
Wait, I'm trying to find that and read it because yeah, I maybe have
I'll
then
hold
understood
on.
that
I'll show
poorly.
players this handout so you can look at what I'm saying here. If you look under your colony and then you click colony development, it'll show you the tiers and basically the first level you get 1
Yes.
installation. At anchoring you get another 2, and then expanding you would get another 2, and one of them would have to be a project.
Oh, yeah. I poorly understood that it meant that every cycle we get that of each, in the sense we get one policy and
No,
one
it's not per
installation.
cycle, it's per tier. So
Yeah, if it's per tier, then okay. Yeah. Then that makes sense in that way. Yeah. That's a good way of not exploding the numbers.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, you're almost able to take another installation, but the thing is, as harsh as it is, you're just 1 point off. So, but I
Didn't
will.
we have marketplace or? Okay, never mind. No,
No,
we
you
Not yet.
never got the
Not yet.
marketplace.
Yeah, I think that's the thing we're gonna get next time. I believe is what we discussed. Is to pick that up as our next like when we reach the next tier. I think.
an extra +1 every cycle would be very good.
Yes, it would. That would be a good thing. But also, Sheriff wants us to build that satellite for security reasons. So
Well,
we'll have
the
to.
satellite was something he requisitioned from the company. He's something
he
like
did?
a requisition form he put in. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. We first asked for it nicely. So okay. Yeah. Then we can do it that way. Great. Then there'll be a spot for the um market next time. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I would say this is probably a pretty decent play, timed out nicely to wrap up, so everybody gets 5 XP and a story point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't know if Megas added his up or not, but I will. Oh, he's already capped, so I'll have to run the.
Have you? I don't know if my sheet is just bugging out, but I am seeing that the maintenance and productivity have not changed, even with
Close
putting.
it and reopen
Just
it.
close it and reopen it. It's a little buggy.
It's being funky still. Interesting. Yeah. It's still at a 4 and 5. It's just buggy for me. Then okay. Then next time, probably when I open it, it'll be okay. But okay, so I have the XP from before and of this time. I'm going to be taking 2 points of heavy machinery, just in case.
Okay. You already have at
What
least
are
a
you doing
+1
with
in it.
that?
What? Sorry?
You
What
have
are
a
you doing
+1
with
in it.
that?
You already have a rank in the
I
skill.
don't. I don't. What do I need? I need to have successfully used it. Is that right? Before
Yeah,
I
or
can
you can have
upgrade it.
somebody teach you, which I mean, you've been nice enough to Danny that she would be able to.
Danny, show me around. Show me around the workshop. How do you do this?
Yeah, social.
He's been. Yeah. He has basically since his father was working in the maintenance, the early days of Wayland Corp and stuff, the kind of handyman and janitor, etc. There, he's kind of feeling nostalgic and is sad that he never learned the trade of his dad to be more self-sufficient there. So he's just like, teach me the ropes a bit.
Yeah, so she'll gladly help out.
Yay.
And if anybody else wants to spend XP on a skill or a talent, you can. Just let me know what you're doing. So.
I bumped up my range combat to 3. I have a feeling that there's going to be potentially another colony issue. Or
No.
deal with
Oh,
perks or
hidden.
something.
You
I'm gonna take
don't
hidden stash.
say.
Well, I have to roll for
But-
that, though, right?
After
Or
what?
does anyone have it?
Which talent?
Hidden stash?
Hidden stash.
Well, if anybody does, it's hidden. But no, yeah, I don't know if anybody has it.
I don't recall
I
anybody
don't have
taking
it,
it.
unfortunately.
Okay. Cody, I'll send you a message in relation to that. I'm able to get that here.
Okay, you do get it.
Nice, you did it.
Wait.
Nice. So with the talent hardened, because it's one of those, like, I think it's the only talent where there's like different levels of it. Every time we level it up, it'll just be 5, right?
Yeah.
For like the higher tier. Okay.
As far as I know, that's how they did it in second edition. So
Yep.
Okay.
There's a talent for
Really
extra health, isn't there?
tough, yes. It gives you +2.
Yes. Which I
Does
have.
anyone have that? Oh
I
yeah,
have
would
that as
you
well.
you guys be
I
willing
do
to
have it.
toughen up El
Sure.
Presidente?
I mean, how tough does El Presidente want to get?
We'll go to the boxing ring that doesn't exist yet, but we'll just like start wailing on each other in the rec center, boxing gloves.
Okay, just understand that you may be a power fighter, but I'm an agility fighter.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Broken
I'll,
bones, Presidente in ER.
yeah, Simone will attend this like impromptu boxing match and just I'll shake my
Yeah.
head at watching
Because
our
I mean,
fucking
it's I have flyweight. Okay, so
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
god. Yeah, I'm gonna get my shit. You know what? Do we just want to like do a couple of
and
close
it's only
combat
used
rolls?
for
Yes.
blocking.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to
So
see
when
how
you block
who,
in close combat, I can use agility.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, you can.
So
Yeah. Since
Alright.
you're the agile one, I figure it's
because
reasonable for
you
to
can
go
do
first.
counterattacks with extra successes on block.
Yes.
So all right, well, I'll Presidente do close combat, and then Richard just agility.
I think he should go first because he's the fucking
Well, but
speedy one anyway.
Well, but the problem is that he can only do that when he's blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I mean, I just mean in
because-
terms of like his character is the quick one. I mean, is he just gonna start by blocking and not like?
Yeah,
force you
I'm
to
just
make
gonna let you
yourself
start
do it?
like. I'm just gonna let you just start trying to hit me, and then I'm just gonna start countering. That's
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
all I do.
Yeah, all right. So yeah,
Okay.
just roll your close combat. I just want to see. Let's just do this right quick because it's gonna be funny.
Oh, and he
Oh wait,
also
that's
can't
heavy
like
machinery. Oops.
Oh.
Sorry, I just
And
had to take
you-
the wrench out of my pocket.
I see his wrench fall on the floor. Oh.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
we
Well,
fucking suck.
You both are flailing at each other.
You have like
We're
a
not even
nerdy
hitting each other,
slap
we're just
fight.
doing the slap fight.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah.
Stop it!
Yeah.
I'm gonna be recording this just because I think it's fucking hilarious. Just watching
No, you
two have
guys.
a fucking slap
No, you
fight.
guys are just doing this.
Should I push or is it just better to just? I think it's just a lot funnier to fucking.
Well,
Slap.
oh, I
slap,
also have
slap,
fast
slap.
reflexes too, so
Well, fast
or rapid
reflex is just
fire,
for,
whatever.
well, that wouldn't work for
Yeah,
blocking.
I also have rapid fire. Yeah.
Well, it only works for a gun. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
push it.
basically that.
I'm gonna push it. I'm pushing myself to my limit here.
And you're
Oh
stressing
no,
out.
you stressed.
hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
fuck.
Roll the roll 2d6.
Oh, that's a 2D. That's a 1. Fuck. 2d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's low.
Oh, I'm
You're fine, man. You're fine.
I keep
So
a cool head.
so that's the 2d6 plus your stress
Minus
level
his
1.
resolve.
What's your
Yeah,
resolve,
it's a
which is
negative.
wits and empathy divided by 2 rounded up?
My resolve of 5, so I
0.
guess I get a -3.
No,
or
it'd be
-2.
it would be -2 because it's 2d6 plus your
Yeah.
stress.
Oh, okay.
Still a
What
negative.
What happens
It's
if you roll
totally fine.
negative? Do I get
Nothing.
an ice cream cone?
No,
Okay.
it's just a roll
That's
that's
great.
less than 1 or like 1 or less is keeping cool, no effect. So you're just like stone cold El Presidente.
Yeah, as usual. I
So
got a little
you
bit
gotta hit it.
stressed because the cigar almost fell out of my mouth for a second, but I mid swing I bit it back out of the air and recovered.
Are you sure you didn't get a stress because you realized, fuck, I have now punched the robot that does not forget. Okay. Okay. I'll be first on the list.
Yeah, right.
It's like the robot from Fallout 4, Cleo, with her kill list.
And then, oh look, there's 2 for agility this time.
Kaboom.
Oh shit! So what happens to me? Good, narrate it.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
saying, like,
What did he do?
even still, like, if when you pushed the roll, it would have been like, okay, you hit me, fine. You swing again, and then I just go deflect and slap.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like the Master of Disguise, just like slap, slap.
No, you're doing
It's a good
this.
movie.
Slap in the face. You see what I just posted?
Oh yes.
Ouch. Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep going back and forth doing actual stuff.
I'm just hearing like our overlapping laughs. It's just a cacophony of just laughing at stupidity.
Conrad will ask for this video from his buddy Simone very, very nicely for insurance
Oh,
purposes.
definitely.
And then
we did.
and then here's another shot from the same duel.
Slapfication.
Slaps upside back in the head.
And then
Not enough to do
Arthur-
damage, but enough to like toughening him up. So he's like, okay.
Arthur is learning the arts of slap fu. His skin will become thick
Yes.
and hardened.
and then I've got this video clip that has audio again, same scene. But this is when after Richard finishes slapping El Presidente.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
So even though Presidente gets
Howdy.
tough, he probably gets a mental trauma as well from it. Like, I got slapped by a robot.
I need
And
to
then
start
El
doing more
Pres-
videos of just
and then
random fucking shenanigans at the party,
yeah.
and
And then
make
El
a
Presidente
compilation
later
called-
on he remembers that, and then next time like he greets him, it's like bow to Presidente, bow to President.
Yeah, he's gonna channel that frustration. I had to, so everybody has to do to me.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time for like WWE clips. Some fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
fucking-
Yeah, we didn't get around to it, but we probably should like also organize like a shooting range competition thing.
What do you
in the
think I've been
colony.
trying to do?
I know, but
Or you're basically just
Like-
having like Rec Center WrestleMania.
we could do
Oh.
the physical and the shooting, but so Simone can show the kids that they don't know what they're talking about, and Richard as well.
I've kind of typed up something that Cody can look at
Oh.
about.
Oh.
It's in the notes.
In
you
the
can see
in
it.
Foundry?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm gonna take a look at that, but I'll do it when the camera's not running. Which, speaking of, yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely the end of the session, but I'll still stick around briefly.
Yeah.